Hello, epic viewers from around the multiverse. Prepare to bask in unprecedented glory, because today I'm going to be commencing my ineffably epic review appertaining to the world of Nintendo Bowser's Lava Battle Set review. Is this battle set a paradigm of resounding perfection, or is it abysmal, or is it characterized by insipid mediocrity? In my objective opinion, in the form of a quantitative score for the price of $20 plus tax, I'd rate this playset to be 9 out of 10. Why? This Bowser action figure is stellar, to say the least. It's a robust, high-quality, state-of-the-art action figure, and it warrants its lofty, exorbitant, hefty price tag. This action figure is meticulously detailed. He emulates the appearance of Bowser from the Mario series. Furthermore, he has high-quality shadings, high-quality aesthetics, and he has ample points of articulation. What do I detest and disdain about this playset? The Mario figure has open hands. It would have been preferable, it would have been ideal if the Mario figure either had interchangeable hands or if he had finger joint articulation or, of course, fisted hands. I don't see why the hands are open. It looks like there's a massive aperture between his thumbs and index fingers. So, as you can see, there's holes or gaps, between his fingers. It's just a very awkward, uncanny pose or position to have your fingers relegated to. He has these massive gaping holes between his fingers, but nonetheless, I digress. So let's move on. Mario doesn't look intrepid. He doesn't look like he's poised for battle. He looks like he's succumbing to trepidation. He looks like he's in the midst of fretting or being fearful. He should be a dauntless, audacious warrior. He shouldn't be cowardice, to say the least. He should have the kahunas to take Bowser on firsthand, and he shouldn't fret. He shouldn't capitulate. He shouldn't waver. He shouldn't be fearful in any way, shape, nor form. He should be ready and raring to go. He should be all revved up, and then, of course, you have a figurine in the middle of one of Bowser's minions, and of course he emulates his video game appearance. I do love the spikes in Bowser's back. I love how they're protruding out, and it seems as though they're hard enough to probably puncture through your epidermis. They could perforate through my vessel easily, because I'm a dainty, fragile, scrawny being in this little simulation. This is my avatar that I vicariously experience this little simulation through, that you perceive as reality through your 7 senses. But that's a topic for another day, so let's not get more distracted. So this Mario figure has some basic rudimentary articulation. He has a decent sculpt, just like Bowser. His hues, his deco, his textures, his shadings are all mediocre at minimum. So he's also a high quality figure, but the only issue that lies in this Mario figure for the most part is just having open hands. But other than that, I have no gripes about this purchase. The Bowser's minion was a good bonus. I would have preferred if he came as a multitude of minions instead of one. His minion looks like he's about to detonate, and it looks like he's about to kamikaze himself into Mario. I guess that's what this little diorama is supposed to depict or represent. I'm just being imaginative, but it seems as though this minion is about to accost Mario firsthand, and Mario's about to feel the brunt of it. So the figures have high quality sculpts, high quality decos, high quality textures, high quality designs. They pretty much have everything you could desire. The articulation could have been improved. We could have had some diaphragm joints, some finger joints, some toe articulation, and We could have had double jointed knees and elbows, or even single jointed knees and Bowser. But that's okay, you know, even if the articulation is not on par with the Tokyo's Marvel Legends figure that possessed 32 to 40 points of articulation, I guess I'm content with this purchase because you get 3 figures for the price of 1 modern day figure. If you had to choose between buying the Ash vs. Evil Dead Demon Spawn figure or the Bowser, Mario, and Minion figure, I think most people would be inclined to buy the latter, or the World of Nintendo Bowser's Lava battle set. So I believe there's some images on the back of the figures. I was right. My arbitrary assumption paid off. And not only are the images on the back, they're also on the side, so that helps embellish the packaging to a certain extent, you know, renders it more glamorous, more enticing, and more luscious, to say the least. If you yearn to possess a Bowser figure, this is not a bad pick per se. You could utilize a Wendy's Mario figure that was released in the early 2000s as your Mario with 2-fisted hands who looks poised for battle. And this Bowser figure looks appealing when flaunted on the shelves. You could take a gander at him each and every day, and it's not too bad that you're getting 3 figures for the price of 1 modern day figure. And I really have to raise this purchase to be a 9 out of 10 because it's really pretty much everything I've wanted out of a Bowser figure for the most part. My only issue is that he's not bigger, he's not bulkier, he's not heftier. You know, I would have preferred if he were more colossal, if he had more musculature, if he were larger, but I guess I'm content with this figure because I wouldn't pay him double the price just to have him be enlarged per se, so it's okay. You know, if this is the largest that can be provided for $20, then I'm going to reserve my complaints for another time when they're more warranted. But 9 out of 10, I mean, it's rare, it's scarce that you'll see something brand new in pristine condition, unscathed. 3 figures bundled together, one of them that's roughly 5 to 6 inches tall for the $20 price point. Of course, I got this at GameStop amid the Black Friday sale. The figures were 25% off, so not a bad deal per se, not the best deal in the world either, but I was likely going to buy the Bowser figure for $8 total on eBay. That was a bit smaller, but it looked more chintzy and more shoddy relative to this Bowser figure. This figure doesn't seem to be hollow inside, and its proportions seem to be accurate, but I just would have preferred if he could be significantly larger, but I can't afford the FH Figure Arts Bowser, so it's a good substitute in the interim, and maybe I'll get the SH Figure Arts Bowser if I can stumble upon it, perhaps one day for roughly $20, but that's a pipe dream that likely won't be brought to fruition unless 3D printers become mainstream and prevalent and ubiquitous, and if they do become ubiquitous and I can print out my own action figures, then I don't have to consume to paying exorbitant prices on eBay or Amazon for them, so not a bad deal per se. I recommend buying this set with Bowser, Mario, and the Minion. I would have preferred if Mario looked a bit more serious and solemn and less fearful. I don't want to see a Mario that's reluctant to fight. I want to see a Mario that's menacing, cunning, bold, brave, audacious, and that has the temerity to kick Bowser's shell and trounce him and decimate him and beat him to a bloody pulp and ravage him from the inside out. If anything, this Mario looks like he's about to get scorched, dismembered, and clobbered to death. So who knows what will ensue between Bowser and Mario. The bout will be inexplicably epic, and the fight will be truly a sight to feast your eyes on. So I hope that you found this review to be insightful, captivating, and of course engrossing. Have a wonderful, blissful, marvelous, glorious day. Goodbye.